Hi guys, Noah Polipsky here with Peaceful Golf. We're bringing you a very special golf course today for our review. It's called Montauk Downs. It's on the very tip of Long Island, all the way at the very end. You can't go any further. Any further, you run into the ocean. And it's an amazing track that most people never hear about because it is so remote and it takes a while to get to. Most people never even get to play it in their life. But we recommend highly that you come and play this golf course for its beauty. The parcel of land that it's on is amazing. The conditions are phenomenal and the price is good. So we'll give you a full review. We'll take you on the course, let you see what it's all about, and hopefully you love it just as much as we do. Take care, guys. The first hole at Montauk seems easy enough, but just be careful not to get the ball going left, as the fairway runs out on that side and can become a lost ball if you're not careful. The second hole is a tough par 3 for how short it is. Club selection is crucial here. It plays more uphill than you think. Montauk Downs, or as the locals call it, the Downs, is located at the end of eastern Long Island. The 160-acre park was first developed in 1927 by H.C. Tippett with the help of famed architect C.B. McDonald. In 1968, Robert Trent Jones Sr. redesigned the present course. His son Reese Jones helped with a small redesign of select bunkers and tee boxes in 2008. The course has been consistently ranked as one of the state's best public golf courses by Golf Digest and is a frequent addition to many of the country's top golf course lists. The third hole is a grip it and rip it drive. Just avoid the traps and you will be fine. The green is wide and narrow, and missing it will leave you with a delicate chip. The fourth hole is a challenging par 4 that requires a drive down the left. The right is guarded by trouble about 250 yards out. The green is sloped from front to back, which makes a front pin almost impossible to attack. A par here, and you have made up a stroke. The fifth hole is your first par 5. Off the tee there is a little more room to the right than it appears, as the hole doglegs right. A big drive and going for it in 2 might be an option, but be careful as the hole is guarded by numerous sand traps and a narrowing effect the closer you get. Getting to Montauk Downs is anything but easy, especially on the weekends, so a weekday trip is highly recommended. There is only one main road that goes to the course, meaning traffic can be a nightmare. Most of the traffic is headed to the Hamptons, which is a favorite among New York City's elite. You will find many roadside adventures along the trip if you want to do more than just golf. There are wineries, art galleries, corn mazes in the fall, and plenty of great restaurants along the way serving tons of freshly caught fish. The sixth hole is a tough driving hole, requiring a draw aimed at the trap in the center. The second shot is no peach either, and caution should be taken not to go long, as there is nothing but danger there as well. The 7th hole is another par 5 and a definite scoring opportunity. A shot down the center or to the right is your best bet. Then you will be faced with a decision: lay up to the right of the giant pond or bomb it over it. The green is huge and receptive and slopes from back to front. The golf course itself is located just outside the town of Montauk on Highway 5. A short drive past the entrance to the course will have you at the historic lighthouse and the end of the island. Once arriving at the course, you will not have the luxury of a bag boy waiting to greet you. Instead, just park in the roundabout and place your clubs on the rack provided, and then park your car. Inside the 1970-style clubhouse, you will immediately find a cashier window for paying greens fees. This window is run by the State of New York Parks Department. Greens fees at peak times are as follows: $48 for residents and $96 for non-residents. We found that playing at twilight and peak season was the way to go. The price was only $26 for residents and $52 for non-residents. It starts at 4 p.m., but we finish with plenty of daylight remaining. Booking advanced tee times is a real challenge due to the fact that you must be a New York State resident and register online, then call an automated line to book. A huge pain considering most courses are easy to book online or just by calling the pro shop. If you are out of state, the trick we used was to arrive at the course the morning of play and pay for the 4 p.m. tee time in advance. We then went out and enjoyed the day at the beach and had a great time in the town of Montauk. The 8th hole is a par 3 that looks more intimidating than it is. Aim for the middle of the green and take your par. The 9th hole is a long par 4 that plays uphill. Take a mighty rip and try to find the fairway. You will then have a half a club uphill shot to a well-guarded green. Go long and you will have a really tough chip. After the 9th hole, you go right by the starter shack in the clubhouse again, so you can run in and grab a quick bite to go. Sandwiches are pre-packaged and ready to go, which makes the whole process a breeze. The 10th hole is another dogleg right par 5. Your drive should fade, but start it at the sand trap or else you will be blocked out on the right side. The green sits high above the fairway and is one of the smallest and hardest greens to hit. Accuracy is a must. As you can see here, I was a little bit left. The 11th hole is a short par 4, but going for the green is not a real option. The smart play is a long iron or 5-wood off the tee, just short of all the danger, leaving you just over 125 yards into an elevated green. Once you have paid your greens fees, you will need to head to the pro shop at the other end of the building and pay for your cart if you need one. That's right, it's 2 separate actions, so give yourself enough time to do all of this. Range balls can also be purchased inside the pro shop. The pro shop is really well stocked and literally has everything you would ever need if you forgot to bring something. After you leave the clubhouse, it's off to the starter hut near the first tee. Hand the starter your receipt and he will have the cart guy set you up if you're not walking. The starter will then inform you as to when you will be heading out. If you have allowed yourself enough time, you can hit the range, which unfortunately is only mats and nothing special to look at. The putting green is nice, but no chipping is allowed, so hit your chips at the range. The sign saying no chipping went unnoticed by this gentleman, but we assure you it is there. If a lesson is something you may be considering, the course is home to PGA Pro Kevin Smith. Kevin has been the head professional at the course for over 20 years and has a great resume of success in teaching golfers of all abilities. The 12th hole is considered by many to be the signature hole, and one look can tell you why. It's a visual masterpiece of a par 3 that offers very few birdies. Miss the green and par will be a miracle. The 13th hole is a par 5 with a blind tee shot. Stay down the left side and the water to the right will not be in play. Your second shot is no easy layup with water all down the right. The brave will go for it in 2, but only the best shots will be rewarded with an eagle putt. The 14th hole is a par 3 that can sneak up and bite you. Make sure and choose enough club to get over the water on the right, which is a little hidden off the tee but does extend nearly to the front of the right side of the green. During our trip to Montauk, we stayed at the resort Rushmeyer's. Rushmeyer's has a very hippie summer camp feel, and with only 20 rooms, it's an intimate experience. They have ping pong, swings, and bicycles to pedal around Montauk. The restaurant is a real hotspot on the weekends, but on the Monday we went, it was quiet. We were treated to a screening of Jaws on the wall of the restaurant from a projector. You can't get any more summer camp than that. After dinner, we sat in a hammock and enjoyed the cool summertime air and reminisced about the great time we had had on this trip. The 15th is a fun driving hole. Perched high above the fairway from the tips, you get a sense that the hole is tight, but don't be fooled. There is tons of room both left and right. Much like the 9th hole, the approach shot is a half a club more uphill. The 16th hole is a blind shot off the tee. Driver will have you flirting with a small pond fronting the green at the end of the fairway. Hit your ball to the 150-yard marker instead and take the trouble out of play. The green slopes from back to front, so it receives golf balls very well. The 17th is a tough driving par 4. Keep your ball down the right side as the fairway leans to the left pretty severely. Your second shot will play uphill, so double check the pin position and watch out for the wildlife. The 18th is one of my favorites on the course. A long par 4 that requires a very accurate drive if you're going to challenge the bunkers on the left. If you don't, you will be left with a shot of 200 yards into a small green. I finished up with a birdie to end the day with a 73 on one of my favorite courses. Our rating of the course is as follows. We played with a husband and wife who are a 14 handicap and a 30 handicap. They rated the course an 8.3 and a 7.7 respectively. We had another gentleman who walked the course and was a 6 handicap, and his rating was an 8.8. My rating came in at 8.1. I deducted for the whole check-in experience, way too archaic for my tastes. I also deducted for the mats-only range and no chipping area. The fairways had some scarring, so small deductions there, and getting there is not easy, but well worth it. It was hard to deduct for much else, and our combined score was an 8.2. Montauk Downs is a very special place and should be on anyone's list if you are looking for a golf adventure you won't soon forget. We hope you enjoyed this review, and we look forward to bringing you our next review. Until then, from all of us at Peaceful Golf, hit 'em long, straight, and in the short grass, and never forget to enjoy the game for all that it has to offer.